Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at, well, a pretty radical idea.
Mm-hmm.
What if real breakthrough success isn't about beating the competition? What if it's about making something completely new?
Something that just wasn't there before.
Exactly. We're diving into Peter Thiel's book, 0 to 1, Building the Future Through Innovation.
A really influential one.
For sure. Our
Yeah.
mission today is basically to unpack his main ideas. How to shift from just copying or improving things slightly, what he calls 1 to N.
The iterative stuff.
Right. And move towards true originality, that 0 to 1 leap.
I know this isn't just theory for, tech founders, is it?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
We think this is a shortcut, really, to insights you can actually use in your career, your projects, even just how you think day to day.
Yeah.
Getting that knowledge fast.
Yeah, what's so interesting about Thiel is how counterintuitive a lot of it feels. It pushes back against so much common wisdom about success and especially competition.
Definitely. We're going to pull out those core ideas that hopefully shift your thinking a bit,
Yeah.
help you spot ways to create unique value instead of just, running with the pack.
Okay, let's get into it.
Right. The absolute core. Thiel says, going from 0 to 1 means doing something truly original, creating a monopoly through innovation, not competition.
So that 1 to N is taking what exists and maybe making it incrementally better, a faster horse kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But 0 to 1, that's the vertical jump. It's inventing the car, something genuinely new.
And that links straight into his pretty provocative statement that great businesses avoid competition by creating monopolies.
Oh, okay. Avoid competition, create monopolies. That sounds bad.
Well, yeah, it pushes buttons. But his point is that competition, in his view, is often destructive. Think about it, everyone fighting over the same limited market share.
Prices get driven down, margins shrink.
Exactly. It dilutes value. It forces you to focus on your rivals, reacting to them, instead of focusing on creating something truly new and valuable. He basically sees it as a trap.
That really cuts against the grain, doesn't it? We're always told competition breeds innovation, makes things better for consumers.
Thiel argues it mostly leads to a race to the bottom, not breakthroughs. Can I give an example?
Dude, let's make this concrete. 0 to 1 versus 1 to N.
Okay, think about, say, online content. Launching another generic food vlog. That's 1 to N. I mean, how many are there? The market's saturated.
Totally. You're just one more voice in the noise.
Right. But a 0 to 1 approach might be creating a really specific series. Like interviewing grandmas around the world about lost family recipes, the stories, the traditions.
Ah, okay. That's not just a slight twist. It's carving out a whole new niche, a new category almost.
Precisely. Or think career-wise, trying to be a general freelance graphic designer on, Fiverr. That's 1 to N. Tough competition.
You're competing purely on price, often.
Yeah. But what if you specialized? Really specialized. Like, I only do pitch decks for climate tech startups.
Okay, now you're talking. Suddenly you're not competing with everyone. You're the go-to for that specific thing.
You've created your own little uncontested space.
Yeah.
You've gone 0 to 1, in a way, defining that market. It's about finding that white space.
So the question for you listening becomes, how often are you defaulting to that 1 to N mode? Maybe without even noticing it.
Just trying to do what others do, but maybe slightly better.
Yeah. And how could thinking about 0 to 1 possibilities, how could that actually change your approach to problems, projects, your whole career path?
It's a big shift in perspective.
Now, to actually build something original, Thiel talks about uncovering secrets. This is a concept I really find interesting.
Me too. The idea that valuable truths are often hidden because they are unpopular or overlooked.
So it's not like some mystical hidden knowledge necessarily. It's more about seeing opportunities or truths that other people are just missing, maybe because it goes against conventional thinking.
Exactly. The answers might be right there, but they don't fit the current narrative, so people ignore them.
Got an example of finding a secret?
Sure. Imagine you notice that students in your town still really struggle to learn coding, even though there are tons of free online courses.
Okay, yeah. Most people would just say, well, the resources are there.
Right. They should just use them. But the 0 to 1 insight, the secret, might be that the problem isn't the lack of information, it's the lack of, say, structured support or maybe in-person mentorship for certain kinds of learners.
Ah, so the real problem is hidden behind the obvious assumption.
Exactly. And realizing that secret could lead you to create something like an offline, mentor-driven coding bootcamp specifically designed to solve that problem. You found a hidden need and created a 0 to 1 solution.
And this idea of creating something unique leads to maybe Thiel's most controversial point, that monopolies are actually good.
Yeah, that one definitely raises eyebrows,
Yeah.
but he's very specific. Monopolies created through genuine innovation are good.
Not the kind that just buy up all the competition or get government protection.
Right. If you invent something truly new, something 0 to 1, and that creates a temporary monopoly, Thiel argues that's beneficial. Why? Because it gives you breathing room.
Breathing room, how so?
You can control your pricing based on the value you create, not just undercut competitors. You can afford to hire great people. Crucially, you can invest profits into long-term research, into the next 0 to 1 innovation, instead of just constantly fighting for survival in a cutthroat market.
Okay, I see the logic. If you're always just reacting to competitors, you're stuck in the present, maybe the past. This gives you the resources to build the future.
That's the idea. Think about inventing, say, a planner designed specifically for neurodivergent creatives.
Okay.
You're not directly competing with generic planners or standard calendar apps in the same way. You've created a new category for an underserved group. You created that market,
You get to define the terms, at least initially.
which gives you that space to grow and innovate further within it.
So this really prompts a question for you, listening. What secrets might be hiding in your own field, your community? What important truth do you believe that few people agree with you on?
That disagreement, that unconventional belief, that might be where your 0 to 1 opportunity lies. Creating something truly unique that others can't easily copy.
Okay, shifting gears slightly to strategy. Thiel emphasizes something called the power law.
Yes, the Pareto principle on steroids almost.
Explain that.
The basic idea is that a few big successes drive most returns. It's huge in venture capital, right? A tiny number of investments generate the vast majority of the fund's profits.
But Thiel argues this applies much more broadly, like to our own efforts.
Absolutely. It suggests we should stop scattering our energy across dozens of small things with maybe minor incremental improvements.
Like tinkering with lots of little projects that don't really have explosive potential.
Exactly. The power law says focus ruthlessly on the few ideas or projects that have massive upside potential, the potential for nonlinear 0 to 1 type growth.
So instead of doing dozens of random things with no clear growth path, you should pour your energy into, say, writing that potentially groundbreaking book, or building that app that solves a huge unmet need.
Right. Look for asymmetric opportunities.
Yeah.
Huge potential upside, relatively limited downside. It's about making big bets on the right things.
Okay, so you identify a big 0 to 1 idea. How do you actually execute? Thiel has advice there too, right? About starting small.
Yes, critically. Start small, then scale. Don't try to conquer the world on day one. Pick a very specific, narrow niche market first.
And just dominate that niche.
Completely dominate it. Become the absolute best solution for that small group. Own it.
Like the example you gave earlier. Instead of a general plant marketplace, maybe first build a blog just for rare succulent enthusiasts.
Perfect example. You build authority there, you build a community, you become the resource for that very specific group.
And then, once you own that tiny market,
Then you can strategically expand. Maybe launch a marketplace for those rare succulent sellers, or branch into related rare plant categories. But you start from a position of strength in your initial niche.
it's like building a strong foundation before you try to build a skyscraper. Makes sense.
So again, this comes back to you listening. How are you spending your time and energy right now? Is it spread thin across lots of one-to-one stuff?
Or are you identifying those few projects with real 0 to 1 potential, those asymmetric bets, and focusing your best efforts there, even if it means starting really small and niche?
It's a powerful filter for deciding what to work on.
Okay, finally, let's talk about the mindset that underpins all of this. Thiel calls it definite optimism.
This is really powerful, I think. It's not just vague hopefulness about the future.
No, it's the belief that the future can be planned and made better by you.
It's proactive. It's about agency. It's the opposite of just reacting to whatever happens or thinking the future is purely random or destined to decline.
You don't just wait and see, you actively build the future you want. Like proactively learning AI tools for your career because you believe they're key to the future you envision.
Exactly. You're taking concrete steps based on a definite plan for a better future. And this mindset, Thiel argues, should permeate everything, right down to your daily actions.
Yeah, let's break that down. How does this big idea of definite optimism and 0 to 1 thinking actually show up day to day? Let's touch on a few areas.
Okay, starting with just mindset and thinking. The shift is from passive consumption to active creation. So consciously think about how to create, not just consume.
A resisting herd mentality, right? Avoid doing things just because others are doing them. Questioning the defaults.
And because of the power law, really value focus more than multitasking. Deep work on the important 0 to 1 stuff beats scattered effort every time.
Okay, what about in your career and projects?
Apply that, start small, dominate a niche idea, actively ask, what niche can I own? Even in job interviews, don't just list skills.
Pitch a unique angle, maybe. Like, what unique 0 to 1 value can you bring to this specific company?
Precisely. And a really practical tip, track where your time goes. Honestly assess, is this hour contributing to a 0 to 1 goal, or is it one-to-one maintenance or busy work?
That could be revealing. Make it a little uncomfortable.
Probably. Now, for daily habits to support this.
Thiel would suggest carving out dedicated thinking time, wouldn't he? Like maybe spend 1 hour a week just thinking deeply, no phone.
Yeah, protect that space for original thought and actively challenge one conventional belief every week. Flex that secret finding muscle.
I like that. Maybe even keep a specific 0 to 1 journal just for those unique ideas, those potential breakthroughs.
Good one. Capture them before they vanish.
What if you have a business or a side hustle, or you're thinking about one?
Yeah. The advice is clear. Start by solving a problem you personally face. That's often where the most potent secrets and unique insights lie.
And pricing. Don't just look at competitors.
No, price based on the unique value you create. If it's truly 0 to 1, it offers value competitors don't. And fundamentally, avoid being a generalist. Be a unique solution. Don't get dragged into the 1-to-N commodity trap.
Okay, last area, personal growth. How does 0 to 1 apply there?
Big one. Stop comparing yourself constantly to others. Your 0 to 1 path is unique by definition. Comparison is irrelevant, maybe even harmful.
Cultivate that long view too, right? Think in terms of decades, not just days. Real innovation takes time.
Absolutely. And keep asking that generative question. What's missing from the world that I could create? That fuels personal 0 to 1 thinking.
So you can really see how this isn't just some abstract theory for tech billionaires. It's a framework, a lens for looking at things differently.
Yeah, it's for anyone who wants to create real value, whether that's in their job, their community, or just their own life. It's about being intentional, being original.
Like designing your life or aspects of it, like a unique product, not just accepting the default settings.
Well put.
So to wrap things up, the core message here is really about shifting from just making things better to making things new.
Yeah, understanding that the biggest impact, the most enduring value, often comes from creating something genuinely unique, from deliberately avoiding those crowded competitive arenas.
And grounding it all in that sense of definite optimism, believing you can actually shape a better future.
So the final thought to leave you with is this. If the greatest successes truly come from originality, from that 0 to 1 leap.
What conventional wisdom, what assumption that everyone else takes for granted are you willing to challenge?
Or maybe, what overlooked problem, something hiding in plain sight, are you uniquely positioned to see and solve precisely because others aren't looking there? What's your 0 to 1 opportunity?